Welcome to Humans Are Whack. MotoGP is built on speed, courage, and a brutal truth. When things go wrong at 300 kilometers per hour, there are no second chances. Today, we're uncovering fatal MotoGP accidents that changed racing forever. Real riders, real crashes, final moments captured in seconds. These deaths didn't just end careers. They forced the sport to confront how deadly perfection can be. One mistake, one impact, one life gone. Let's begin. MotoGP is built on speed, precision, and courage. But sometimes, a single second is all it takes for everything to fall apart. Marco Simoncelli was only 24 years old. Known for his wild riding style and unmistakable curly hair, Marco wasn't just fast, he was fearless. Fans loved him for it. Teammates respected him for it. And many believed he was on the path to becoming a future MotoGP world champion. On October 23, 2011, during the Malaysian Grand Prix at Sepang, the race had barely begun when disaster struck. Midway through a corner, Marco lost control of his bike. As he slid back onto the racing line, the unthinkable happened. Two riders behind him had no time to react. At racing speed, they collided with Marco, right in front of millions watching live. The impact was catastrophic. His helmet was torn off. His body lay motionless on the track as the race was immediately red flagged. Medics rushed in. Next, a champion lost on home soil. Daijiro Kato was Japan's pride. A former 250 cubic centimeters world champion, calm, precise, and respected by everyone on the grid. He wasn't reckless. He wasn't wild. He was calculated, the kind of rider teams trusted with their lives and machines. On April 6, 2003, at the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka, Kato was racing at home. Thousands of fans packed the stands to watch their hero. Then, during the race, it happened. Kato lost control at high speed and slammed violently into a concrete barrier. The impact was brutal. His body absorbed the force with almost no protection. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, suffering massive brain injuries. For 2 weeks, the racing world waited, hoping for a miracle. It never came. Daijiro Kato died on April 20, 2003, at just 26 years old. His death shook MotoGP to its core. Next is the rising star lost too soon. Shoya Tomizawa was Japan's youngest sensation in Moto2. At just 19 years old, he was known for his aggressive style, fearless overtakes, and a charisma that made him a crowd favorite. Fans saw a future MotoGP champion, someone who could carry Japan's racing pride to the world stage. On September 5, 2010, during the San Marino Grand Prix at Misano, Shoya was in the thick of the race. Pushing hard through a fast corner, he made a slight misjudgment. His bike slid out beneath him, and in a terrifying instant, he was struck by two other riders coming up the straight at full speed. The collision was merciless. Helmets, leathers, and bikes collided violently, a high-speed nightmare. Medical teams rushed to the track, but Shoya suffered fatal head and chest injuries. He was pronounced dead shortly after. The Moto2 paddock was stunned. A young talent, a rising star, gone in seconds. Shoya's death prompted immediate safety discussions. If you're still watching, hit that like button now. Subscribe to Humans Are Whack for more jaw-dropping, real-life stories that show just how unpredictable life can be. Share this video with someone who loves adrenaline-filled, true events. And drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from and what time it is. Stay tuned, things only get more intense from here. Next is Luis Salom. The tragic fall at Barcelona. Luis Salom was a Spanish rider with everything ahead of him. Fast, skilled, and beloved by fans. He was a Moto2 competitor whose talent promised a future in the top class. On June 3, 2016, during a practice session for the Catalan Grand Prix in Barcelona, tragedy struck. While navigating a tricky turn at high speed, Salom lost control of his bike and was thrown onto the track. In a cruel twist, His trajectory sent him directly into the path of another rider approaching the corner. The impact was catastrophic. Medical teams rushed in immediately, but despite their efforts, Luis Salom was pronounced dead at just 24 years old. The accident sent shockwaves through the racing community. Track safety was reviewed immediately, barriers were improved, and new protocols for corner safety were introduced to prevent such a tragedy from repeating. A young life, a moment of misfortune, and a sport forced to Next is Shinya Nakano, the horror at Phillip Island. Shinya Nakano was a Japanese MotoGP rider known for his precision and experience on the world stage. Calm, collected, and technically brilliant, Nakano had survived countless races that would unseat even the boldest riders. But on October 28, 2001, during the Australian Grand Prix at Phillip Island, fate struck in an instant. While pushing hard through the fast curves of the track, Nakano's bike lost traction. He was thrown violently across the asphalt, and the high-speed tumble left him in the path of another rider. Helmets collided. Steel and leather met at terrifying velocity. Despite the quick response of medical crews, Nakano sustained severe injuries that ended his racing season and left the MotoGP world shaken. Thankfully, he survived, but the accident highlighted just how thin the line between life and death is in motorcycle racing. This incident led to improved track safety measures, better runoff zones, and stricter corner protocols, emphasizing that even the most skilled riders are not immune to the unforgiving nature of speed. Next is Andrea Antonelli, the tragedy that happened in Russia. Andrea Antonelli was a rising star in the Supersport World Championship, an Italian rider with the kind of determination that made fans believe he could reach the pinnacle of motorcycle racing. On July 21, 2013, during the Moscow Raceway Supersport race, heavy rain had left the track dangerously slick. Visibility was poor, and conditions were treacherous. While battling for position, Antonelli lost control on the wet asphalt and fell. In a heart-stopping moment, another rider could not avoid him, colliding at full speed. The impact was devastating. Medics arrived swiftly, but Andrea Antonelli was pronounced dead at just 25 years old. The tragedy sparked immediate changes in race regulations. Rain protocols were tightened, wet track conditions became a critical safety review point, and rider spacing during high-risk conditions was reevaluated. A talented life cut tragically short. A sport forced to rethink safety under extreme conditions. If this story has you on the edge of your seat, hit that like button now. Don't forget to subscribe to Humans Are Whack for more jaw-dropping, real-life tragedies that prove just how unpredictable life can be. Share this video with friends who love high-adrenaline stories, and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from and what time it is. Stay tuned. The next story will make your heart race even faster. Meet Luis Carrera. He was a respected Portuguese motorcycle racer known for his versatility and grit across national and international championships. On August 4, 2012, during a British Superbike Championship practice session at Brands Hatch, Carrera was pushing hard to improve his lap times. Approaching the high-speed Hawthorne Bend, his bike inexplicably lost stability. He was thrown violently into the gravel trap and into hard barriers. Medical teams responded immediately, but the impact was catastrophic. Luis Carrera was pronounced dead later that day due to the severity of his injuries. The British Superbike paddock mourned a competitor who raced with heart. In the aftermath, track safety assessments and gravel trap reforms gained renewed emphasis. Craig Jones was an Australian superbike star, charismatic, fast, and loved by fans worldwide for his tenacity on the bike. On April 27, 2014, during a British Superbike Championship race at Assen Circuit, Netherlands, danger struck in the blink of an eye. Jones was leading a pack of riders at high speed when contact between bikes sent him crashing hard onto the track surface. Before fellow riders could react, another competitor hit him at full race pace. Emergency crews reached him almost immediately, but the injuries were devastating. Craig Jones was pronounced dead at the hospital later that evening. His death prompted urgent safety talks around bike spacing at high-speed sections, crash aftermath protocols, and race speed differentials between classes sharing the same grids, all aimed at preventing similar tragedies. A promising career cut brutally short, a sport forced to wrestle with its own risks. Next is Santiago Hernandez was a Colombian motorcycle racer climbing the ranks of Moto2 with speed and skill on his side. On August 4, 2013, during the Red Bull Indianapolis GP Moto2 race, tragedy struck at Turn 1. Moments after a restart, Hernandez lost control of his bike and was thrown into the gravel. In an instant, a following rider could not avoid him and struck him at full speed. Medical personnel responded instantly on-site before airlifting him to hospital. Despite all efforts, Santiago Hernandez died the next day due to complications from the crash. The Moto2 community was stunned. Hernandez's lost life ignited renewed discussion around gravel trap design, runoff area improvements, and race restart spacing protocols, especially on tracks with tight corner sequences. Not a moment of anger or recklessness, just the cruel physics of racing at its limits. Next we have, Joey Dunlop isn't just a racing name. He's a legend of motorcycle road racing. A record-holding champion at the Isle of Man TT, beloved by fans for decades. On July 2, 2000, during a practice session for the Classic TT, Dunlop was riding his Honda when, on a wet and unforgiving stretch of the mountain course, he lost grip and collided with a wall at speed. Medical teams responded, but Joey Dunlop died from his injuries later that day, forever ending the career of one of the greatest road racers in history. His passing echoed far beyond one race or 1 year. It forced renewed scrutiny on road racing safety, especially on courses that combine public roads with racing speeds. The Isle of Man TT has always been grueling, and Dunlop's death reinforced how close the line is between legendary success and fatal danger. A record setter, a crowd favorite, a life ended on the very roads he once mastered. In the end, these stories remind us of one brutal truth. Racing is not just a sport. It's a battle against physics, human limits, and split-second fate. Each of these riders chased speed, glory, and adrenaline. But sometimes the thrill came with the ultimate price. These tragedies are heartbreaking, but they also push the sport forward, inspiring safer tracks, improved equipment, and stronger regulations so that future riders can chase their dreams with just a little more protection. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and what time is it there? Drop it in the comments. I love seeing how far our community reaches. And don't forget, like this video, share it with someone who loves racing, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you never miss our wildest, most unbelievable stories. Stay fast, stay aware, and remember, even the legends weren't immune to the dangers of the track.